I think there's a bit of a myth that, you know, content is just one piece of your website, that the rest of the project, the design, the coding, you don't actually need content to do that part of the website process. But I would say that's a little bit incorrect. When we look at an average website redesign process, we see something like this. We go from strategy to user experience to design, we code it, and then we get it launched, we train people on how to use it. And your content recommendations are going to come pretty heavily from that strategy phase. In a website strategy, at least with the way that we do website strategies, we're looking at data, we're analyzing the success of the website, we're looking at, what pages people are going to, what people are looking to get from your website, and we're making recommendations for how you can then, turn that into content and turn that into a successful website for you and your business. So while you're getting those recommendations from the initial phase of the strategy, really that content that you're creating can influence every single other part of that process. And let me show you how. When we're looking at user experience, really that content can help you identify what the use cases are that someone is even coming to your website for. The content that is important for you to create, the content that you're developing for your users can help you to understand why they're even coming to your website, which can help you determine where things go on the page and how highly you prioritize things. It can even help you determine, what your calls to action are on the page, depending on what they're looking to get out of you on that page. For design, it's really great if you can design based on the content that you already have versus retrofitting your design to fit old content or whatever new content you've created. So for example, say you don't have any new content for a page and your web designer comes in and says, all right, we're going to have a paragraph of content here, and then this cute little call-out box with like a sentence of content. And you're like, great, okay, I'll develop content for that page and I'll just, write what makes sense to be on that page. When you write it, you decide, oh, that one paragraph that we have in the design, that actually would be better if we could talk in 2 paragraphs right there. And that little call out box over here, it's designed for 1 sentence, but really we need like 3 sentences in that box. So you start putting in your content you developed that is the right content for that page, the right content that your audience is trying to get in that page. And suddenly something that was designed for 1 paragraph is now stretched to 2. That box for 1 sentence is like a rectangle along the side now. And this really beautiful website design, it doesn't quite look the way it was intended to look. And you might not be quite as happy with the way that design looks. And, while you want to make sure that you're writing the content that's right for your users, you don't want to be limited by the design of your site.